Everyone knows that Pesach is a time of freedom. But what type of freedom is it when we find ourselves so restricted that we can't even leave our homes? I believe that the way the Jewish nation reacted on the night of Exodus, Yetziat Mitzrayim, can shed some light into the true meaning of freedom. After generations of suffering, persecution and slavery, after centuries of backbreaking labor, murder of Jewish baby boys and more, how did our ancestors respond to finally being set free? One can only imagine how they felt that evening. So, what did they do with their newfound freedom? How did they react to their former masters? Did they send Egyptian babies into the Nile too? Did they beat up their taskmasters who, just a few days earlier, had tortured them so mercilessly? None of that at all. Not one person was hurt, not one house destroyed, not one act of vandalism, hate or revenge. What did this group of liberated prisoners, this nation of freed slaves, do with their newfound independence? In their hour of freedom and at God's command, they returned to their homes. They gathered together with their immediate families, ate the Korban Pesach, and recited Hallel and praises to God. The Jews of Egypt were entitled to be filled with anger and the desire for revenge. It would have been totally understandable had they been consumed by negative emotions directed at the Egyptians. But instead of focusing on toxic emotions, emotions that would weigh them down and fill them with hate, they truly became free because they chose instead to focus on their newfound freedom and to sing Hallel and praises to God. By shifting their mindsets, they truly became free. And this is exactly what we commemorate and celebrate on the night of the Seder. Because freedom is self-determination and the capacity to rise above our natural instincts. Freedom is the ability to decide that we won't let others define us, and we won't let our circumstances, as difficult as they are, to own how we feel. But we, and we alone, will determine our feelings, our response, and our reactions to them. As we usher in the holiday of Pesach, let's resolve to free ourselves from our own negativity and from all the gloom that we've been seeing on the news lately. Let's let go like our ancestors did. Let's choose to sing Hallel and praise to God for the goodness and blessings that we all have in our lives. This Pesach, don't focus on who's missing at your Seder, but enjoy the meaningful and intimate experience instead. This Pesach, by remaining positive and focusing on what we have, instead of longing for what we don't, we set ourselves free to find true happiness. On behalf of all of us at the Northeastern Jewish Center, I wish you and your loved ones a Chag Pesach, Kasher v'Sameach.